I started note brokering with zero cash in 1996. You can do the same in 2025. No fluff, just facts from 30 years in the game. So let's talk note brokering. Note brokering is your fastest path to note investing without a dime of your own money. In 2025, foreclosures are up 8% and interest rates are at 4.25, 4.5%, driving demand for seller finance notes. Now, I've been in this business since 1996, closing deals with no capital and earning fees that paid my rent. And today I'm going to be walking you through brokering seller finance notes, sourcing them efficiently, and vetting them properly. I'll share a 1996 deal that taught me the ropes and show you how you can start with $5,000 or less. New people, this is your entry point. Pros, you're going to find ways to scale. Point one, okay, what is note brokering? Note brokering means connecting sellers of privately held seller finance notes. These are mortgages that are created when a property seller finances the buyer with professional funders who buy them. Now, you earn a fee, typically 3 to 5% of the note's value. A $50,000 note could net you $1,500 to $2,500. No cash required, just hustle. Okay, in 2025, seller finance notes are booming, really, as buyers dodge high bank rates. Now, what's your role in all this? Well, find notes, verify they're solid, pass them along to the funder. It isn't sexy or flashy, but it's steady. Okay, new people are asking, can I really start with no money? And the answer is, yeah, absolutely. Brokering is about time, not a capital. Pros, you know the margins. It's about streamlining your pipeline. Okay. I started brokering in 1996 with nothing but a phone and a legal pad. And you can do the same thing now with a laptop and a list. Point two, okay, sourcing notes efficiently. Sourcing is where most beginners stumble. Okay, purchase lists from no-investors.com, for example, are your best tool. Now, these lists target note holders, people who are financed property sales privately. A quality list of 1,000 names costs anywhere from a couple $100 to maybe a little bit more than that, but it saves weeks of legwork. Really, a lot of time it saves. See my thread on the site no-investors.com. There should be a link down below on direct mail, which showed 1 to 2% conversion rates with targeted mailers to these lists, which is really considered very good in direct mail. Compare that to cold calling banks, which I did in 1996. Banks hold some seller finance notes, but it's more of a hit or miss with banks. Attorneys handling real estate deals are another source. One of my articles I have posted on the site at no-investors.com on networking emphasize their value, but lists are really faster and more precise. Now, professionals cross-reference lists with county records to find unlisted notes. And if you're new to the game, stick with lists and follow up with phone calls or mailers. Build a system. Buy a list, send 100 letters, expect 1 or 2 responses. It's just how the math works. It's not magic. Now, brokering isn't just finding notes. It's ensuring that they're worth buying. Check the borrower's credit history, payment record, and property value. A $50,000 note on a $200,000 property with a reliable payer is a winner. If there are missed payments, well, pretty risky unless you're a pro buying at a discount. Okay, in 2025, with foreclosures now up about 8%, verify collateral carefully. Okay, use Experian, for example, for credit checks, about $20 per report. Confirm the terms of the note, interest rate, balance, and lien position. First position notes are safest. Avoid seconds unless you're a seasoned professional. Okay, check the loan to value ratio. 80% or lower is ideal. New people, don't overcomplicate it. Focus on performing first position notes. Now, professionals, dig into the seasoning and borrower debt to income ratios. Okay, I've seen deals collapse over sloppy due diligence. Don't be that person. Right? Results vary, so consult local regulations before moving forward. You know, a $20 mistake on a credit check beats a $20,000 loss, okay, for example. So, a little anecdote here. In 1996, when I was starting out, I was a rookie in Chicago, just scraping by. An attorney I met at a real estate seminar referred me to a client selling a $60,000 seller finance note on a duplex. The borrower paid on time. The note carried 7% interest and 5 years remained. Now I contacted the seller, or I should say I connected the seller to a funder from a local investment group, someone I'd met through relentless networking, really. See my thread on the site. I believe I have a link down below to it on referral networks. Now that deal closed in about 3 weeks. My fee for that one, about $3,000. Now for a 28-year-old at the time, with it's about how old I was then, with no capital, that was life-changing. Okay, for me it was just a real boon. Okay, the real lesson: relationships are gold. That attorney sent me 3 more deals over the next year. One good contact beats 100 cold calls. Start where you are, but start. Okay. Now, brokering is your foundation, but with $5,000 you can stretch a little further. Buy small notes, $5,000 to $10,000, okay, directly from sellers. What you want to be looking for are short-term notes with strong collateral, like a $5,000 note on a $50,000 property, or try partnerships. Pool funds with an experienced investor. You source the deal, they provide the cash, and you split profits 50-50, for example. Joint ventures are trickier, so get a lawyer to draft terms to avoid headaches. In 2025 here, with interest rates squeezing buyers, small notes are pretty plentiful. Now, if you're new, master brokering first. It's low risk. Professionals, partnerships can scale your portfolio faster. My upcoming Note Investing Formulas program, which is coming up pretty soon, dives into these strategies. You're going to find it very helpful, which will include how to structure deals, okay, for example, and negotiate terms. Now, note brokering in 2025 is your gateway to note investing. Start with lists from no-investors.com, vet deals rigorously, and build relationships like I did in 1996. Okay? My mini course at no-investors.com breaks down sourcing and brokering step by step. For creative strategies like partnerships, join my Note Investing Formulas program, which is, I mentioned again, is going to be launching soon. Subscribe for updates.